Infidel, 2007, Free Press, is the autobiographical memoir of Ayaan Hirsi Ali, a Somali-born woman who left the Islamic faith and now advocates for women's rights in Muslim societies and for reform within Islam. The narrative begins with her childhood, tracing her journey from Mogadishu to Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, and Kenya, before escaping a forced marriage and seeking asylum in the Netherlands. The memoir highlights her activism, political career, and the tragic murder of her collaborator, Theo van Gogh, by a Moroccan Muslim extremist. The book has sparked strong political reactions, with many praising Hirsi Ali's bravery. The memoir opens with recollections of Ayaan's childhood, illustrating the superstition and harshness she identifies as pervasive in Islamic societies. Born Ayaan Hirsi Ali, a member of the Darod clan, she recalls how her grandmother made her and her siblings memorize their lineage dating back 800 years, a tradition in cultures where kinship ties are crucial for survival. Her father, Hirsi Ali, was a political prisoner for his opposition to Somalia's Soviet-backed regime led by Siad Barre. Her mother, Asha, frequently subjected Ayaan and her siblings, older brother Mahad and younger sister Hawea, to physical and verbal abuse. At the age of 5, Ayaan and her sister underwent female genital mutilation, a procedure arranged by their grandmother despite their father's disapproval. This practice, common among Somali Muslims, is seen as a way to ensure the purity of young girls, though it often leads to severe health consequences or even death. After escaping prison, Ayaan's father fled to Ethiopia and later Saudi Arabia, where the family eventually joined him. However, he was soon drawn back into the insurgency against Somalia's regime. The family lived in Mecca without a male protector, experiencing the extreme gender segregation and strict religious controls that would later influence Ayaan's activism. Her mother's physical abuse continued, and after reuniting with her father, the family moved to Ethiopia. There, Hirsi Ali was a respected leader among Somali exiles, but his involvement in the insurgency put the family at constant risk, prompting them to flee once again, this time to Kenya. In Nairobi, Ayaan attended an Islamic school for girls, becoming fluent in both English and Swahili. As the eldest daughter, she was burdened with significant domestic responsibilities, facing punishment if her efforts fell short. Ayaan's intellectual curiosity led her to question Islamic doctrine, which angered one of her tutors who physically punished her. Another tutor, a woman, proved more effective and had a profound influence on her. Despite her deepening religious observance, Ayaan continued to secretly read forbidden books and challenge the faith's teachings. The central theme of Ayaan's journey is her quest for a clear understanding of the Prophet's revelations amid contradictions she perceives in Islamic teachings. After returning to Mogadishu with her sister to live with relatives, Ayaan begins working for the United Nations and enters a secret marriage with her cousin. However, as the insurgency escalates into civil war, a rival clan attempts to exterminate the Darod, forcing the sisters to flee. Back in Kenya, Ayaan's father arranges her marriage to a Canadian man, Osman Musa, despite her objections. She dislikes Osman and refuses the marriage, but is told that her consent is not necessary for its validity. Resigned to her fate, Ayaan awaits him in Germany, while he returns to Canada to prepare her visa. Once in Europe, she is astonished by the freedom and lifestyle she experiences. Instead of following Osman to Canada, Ayaan escapes to the Netherlands, where she applies for refugee status using a fabricated story of fleeing Somalia and alters her age and name to avoid detection. When Osman tracks her down in the Netherlands, she refuses to return with him, and he leaves for Canada alone. In the Netherlands, Ayaan attends language school, learns Dutch, and takes various jobs from cleaning to sorting mail. She eventually becomes an interpreter for Muslim refugees, working at the same asylum center where she once sought refuge. By 1997, 5 years after fleeing Germany, Ayaan becomes a Dutch citizen and later enrolls at Leiden University, where she earns a Master of Science degree in Political Science in 2001. During her time in the Netherlands, Ayaan becomes captivated by European history, Western civilization, and the peace and prosperity that stem from tolerance and freedom. She increasingly views the adherence of Muslim immigrants to traditional customs as incompatible with the freedoms of conscience and worship she has come to value. After graduation, she joins a think tank affiliated with the center-left PVDA party. In 2001, after witnessing the 9/11 attacks and seeing Muslim children celebrating in the streets, Ayaan rejects claims that extremism is limited to a fringe minority, believing such views to be widespread among Muslims. The following year, she publicly renounces Islam and begins speaking out about Muslim extremism and the mistreatment of women. Her outspokenness and public apostasy draw death threats, leading to a split with the PVDA over her security concerns. In 2003, Ayaan runs for office with the center-right VVD party and is elected to the Dutch parliament. In 2004, she collaborates with filmmaker Theo van Gogh on Submission, a short film about the oppression of women in Islam. Ayaan writes the script and provides the voiceover, and the film's release sparks outrage among Dutch Muslims. The memoir concludes with the tragic murder of Van Gogh a few months later by an extremist. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.